Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is a slow fall morning. I've got my pumpkin spice coffee. I lit my fresh fall morning candle. I'm finishing Sounds Like Love. I have the last 30 minutes, so I figured let's just spend the morning together. I'll finish the read, tell you some of my thoughts, because this was one that I initially DNF'd, and here we are finishing it. This is my coloring sheet right now. I think that I can finish this before the book ends. That might be ambitious, but we'll see. The sun coming up as I'm finishing this beautiful story. I finished Sounds Like Love. Let's talk about it, because I had a complete shift of opinions. I think I needed to slow down and take more time with it. And I also listened to the audiobook and allowed myself to just be immersed in it. And I think this was such a beautiful romance. I'm gonna do the discussion questions because maybe that will help me like get together a review for this book. This is about Joni, and she lives in this small town in North Carolina, and her family owns the Revelry, so it's bar, like club type situation. She's a songwriter. She went off to LA. She had a song that made it really big. Her mom has dementia, so she's coming back home to spend time with her. She's realizing that life didn't stand still when she went off to LA. Me and her best friend Gigi, her mom and her dad, her brother who is Gigi's like partner, and then Sebastian, who is our love interest. Sebastian was in a boy band, and like now in his adult life he's kind of a D-list celebrity wanting to make a comeback. So bam, turns out that these two can hear each other in their head, like all of their thoughts, everything. The beginning of the book, I couldn't really place how they like met and kissed and something, but I couldn't really understand what was going on there. They can hear each other's thoughts. They know what each other is thinking. And then they kind of have to deal with falling in love with each other, but knowing that person's thoughts and then realizing that that's not how love works and having to actively choose to love each other. A theme in the book is how grief can be this love song in reverse, and I thought that was just interesting when compared to like their relationship also kind of worked in reverse as well. Okay, I want to do some of the discussion questions to really test my knowledge. First question: Joni believes that a good song can fix almost anything. Do you have a song that you gravitate toward, and why? Oh man, I have a lot of songs that I love music. I feel like the song that I have consistently been able to listen to though, this year at least, yeah, like what, since March, has been Olympian by Playboy Cardi. There is a lot of discussion of burnout in Sounds Like Love. Have you ever experienced burnout yourself? And if you have, how did you overcome it? Yeah, I've experienced a lot of burnout. I don't even know that I overcame it while I was in it, more so just after the fact. Now, to prevent it, I guess is a helpful way to maybe reframe that. But to prevent it, I'm just making sure to live every day, every hour, every second. Trying to plan so many things of my life to the grandest extent. It was impacting me in the long run. It was leading to more procrastination and just different things like that. And so now, especially with school and this semester, I've really tried to just prioritize myself, and I'm starting to see, since it's been a couple of months now, that it's been helpful. Some days I literally just plan my morning, like the first couple hours of my morning, and go from there and just take things really, really slow. It helps me manage my time better. It helps me enjoy all the experiences that I'm actually having and wanting to make them meaningful. And I don't know, I just think it's been really beneficial for me. Question number 3. A little of Joni's burnout comes from the realization that she must follow up her career-making song with something that is just as good, and she's afraid nothing will ever top it. Have you ever criticized an artist for not following up their career-making work with something better? What does better look like? I think I for sure have criticized an artist. The one that I can just think of most is like Brent Faiyaz, because I really like his music. When I hear things that I'm just like, I think any piece of media that you put out, you're opening yourself up to critiques and criticism, as well as like positive things, which hopefully you do receive. But also you're putting it out for yourself. So all of those things can come to you. It's natural as a person not to like everything that an artist puts out, not to like every video that a content creator puts out. But I also, on the flip side of that, believe that an artist should be able to express themselves. So even though I as a consumer don't always think things are the best, I'm like, okay, sure, fine. Number 4, homesickness is another thread throughout Sounds Like Love that weighs heavily on Joni. Do you think that she never should have left her hometown if she would regret it in the end? Why? Simple answer to this one, I just say no, because everything happened to a reason, and if she never would have left, the story never would have ended the way that it did. She may have ended up with resentment towards Gigi or towards her mom, dad, Mitch. So it's good that she did what she did, so she knew that option was exhausted and like felt settled and content the same way that her mom made the decision and felt settled and content. Number 5, Sebastian finds himself in the shadow of a man he does not like. How does he come to accept this, and how does he branch out and become his own person? Sometimes Sebastian and his character arc kind of goes to the back of my mind. I think that can happen for me if a book doesn't have their point of view. Sebastian's character arc was kind of that he was this bad boy. He dressed in all black. You know, he was trying to make this comeback, be this singer artist. Turns out in the end, that's not who he wanted to be. He enjoyed Hawaiian shirts. He wasn't a bad boy. He had curly hair that he wanted to put in a man bun. Like, that's just not who he was. But I think in the beginning of the story, he felt like he needed to carry on that persona because he was like in the shadow of his dad. Number 6, if for one day you could be telepathically linked to anyone in the world, who would it be? I don't think I want to be linked to anybody. Number 7, Joni's mother is in the early stages of dementia. The disease is nicknamed the long goodbye because of how cruel and slow it is. How does Joni learn about her mother's diagnosis, and how does she adapt to her mother's new needs? She learns slowly over the course of the book through different interactions, and when her mom would have good days and bad days and what those looked like. I also think she did do a good job of adapting and not necessarily blaming herself. Joni wasn't really like a blamer. Like, I appreciate that, but she did a good job of not placing blame and being upset with her mom, but still really enjoying the experiences that they had. She did do more questioning herself and, you know, like, okay, if I didn't make this decision, would I be in a different place now? But then she started to realize that you can't make those decisions for your future self. And then when you're in the future, you don't need to spend time on the past. You just have to be right where you are. She just adapted really well to her mom's needs by doing that and sharing when she was vulnerable as well. Number 8, Sebastian wants Joni to call him Sasha even after they meet. Why? And why doesn't she at the beginning? I don't know if this was like explicitly said, but I'm assuming he wants her to call him that because we know that's what his mom called him, and he just maybe already knew that they were like meant to be together. And I think she doesn't at the beginning because it felt too intimate, and she also knew that they were like supposed to be. I don't know if you could classify this as star-crossed lovers, but that's what it feels like. Number 9, Georgia is the opposite of Joni in a lot of ways, though their friendship only began to break down when Joni began to keep secrets from her best friend. To you, what makes a healthy friendship? I think the answer for me is kind of in the question. Like, when you start to keep secrets, that's when it starts to break down. Healthy friendship should fluctuate and reflect where both of you are in life. It's not realistic to have the same expectations for friends that I have now that I had for friends when I was 16, because I was strict. I don't have those same expectations for friends now. I was thinking about this earlier today, that in some ways I think it's easier to keep friendships because we can be so connected. We can, send videos back to each other, and that feels like it's sustaining a relationship. And ideally, around a friend, you can just have fun with that person, and that kind of pours out into all the little things that you do. Number 10, there's a wide array of music and sounds like love. What do you think makes a song memorable? Alternatively, what's the worst song you've ever heard? So I'm just gonna say what I think makes a song memorable. When a song has a crazy beat that you can just, that's gonna always stand out to me. More and more as time goes on, I could care less what they're saying and more what's going on the track. If you got a crazy beat, you've got me. If you've got some crazy ad-libs, you've got me. Guys, so that is my review, discussion questions, thoughts, life, coloring. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably gonna color more. This was so fun. Make sure that you are following me on TikTok, Instagram, Goodreads. If you want my book of the month link, that's all in the description down below. I hope that you enjoy your day. I hope that you enjoy the month of October, and I'll see you in the next video.